Hi everyone, let me check if I hear myself. I think I will see the picture pretty soon. So I wonder why the pause so long. Still nothing. Oh, awesome. Just for some reason, I actually just heard myself, so there's a lag of about 1 minute. Pretty long. But still, we can start now. Hi everyone. As always, my name is Dmitry Elisov, and today I'm going to make a third part of the presentation about Facebook for business owners. It's about ads, about Facebook ads, and as I told in the previous webinar, they're quite difficult to get and they're quite easy to spend lots of money on, because there are lots of people who click random ads without actually knowing what they're doing, just because they're getting paid for likes. So today we're going to actually optimize our ads and measure them, so we know their real results. Let's start with the simple concept of a marketing funnel. So imagine you actually start measuring number of people who actually know about your business, number of people who are actually considering buying, and number of people who have actually bought your service or product. Of course, in the real world, it's quite difficult. You just cannot know how many people know about you. In computer world, it's very different. You can know how many people visited your website. You can track how many people have read your description somewhere, how many people have clicked some button or a link on your website or in social network, and that's quite awesome. That allows you to do things like this. So when you try to visualize the number of people that know about you, who are interested in you, who are considering your product or service, or who are actually buying your product or service, you will see this kind of funnel. So people are like going through this funnel, and the people just fall out in all these steps. So imagine 1,000 people know about you, and from those 1,000, only 500 actually find you interesting, and another 500 don't find you interesting. They think that your product sucks. That's fine. And only few, maybe from 1,000, only 50 will actually buy your product, and that's also fine. You just have to know your numbers. Everybody has these numbers. Nobody has 100% conversion from awareness to purchase, maybe except for McDonald's. McDonald's maybe even has funnel that is oriented other way, so not everybody is aware of what they're purchasing. Just kidding. So let's just go through all the steps really quickly. So awareness is the uppermost stage, and in this stage people are actually just getting a hint of who you are and what your business does. Then some of those who are aware actually start paying interest to your business or products. So they try to learn more about yourself, they start following your account, for example, or they have downloaded some free ebook. Then if they actually liked your first impression, like the content or ebook, if they found that interesting, they start considering having more relationship with you, for example buying a product or service. That's quite awesome. And then they go to the intent stage where they start asking for a price or asking some other questions like delivery stuff or maybe the payment options, if you can make it a credit or something. Then when they have gathered enough information, they actually start comparing your product to another businesses. So this is the step on which you have to actually show how your product is better than products of your competitors. And also you have not to only show that it's better in all cases, but maybe it's better in some very specific cases. So basically that's how you compete with large companies like Procter & Gamble or McDonald's, because they get the largest share of the market. But like all clothes that are small, medium, large, extra large, there are also finely suited, finely tailored suits. So products always work the same. There is a mass market and there are some specific niches. And those large companies, they cannot take those specific niches just because they're too large to fit into some specific niche. So when people evaluate, try to get into their specific situation. So if they have some specific situation, try to understand if you are actually good for them. Maybe you are better than the mass product. Not because you are generally better, just because you're better in this specific case. And the lucky moment of purchase. So that's when you have to provide the best service, you have to provide the easiest positive experience of payment and delivery of the product. Because even on the internet, when it's quite easy to deliver anything just via email, still some companies for example check for payments only once a day or maybe once an hour, so people get their product not just after they have paid, but instead they have to wait for an hour, and that actually makes the experience much worse. Oh, sorry, I had forgot to mention that unfortunately today my web camera is broken. I tried to use my backup camera, but I just can't make it work. Yeah, unfortunately. For some reason my YouTube translating software just can't make friends with my camera. That's pretty strange. I thought web cameras work always, but that's not the case now. Okay, so that was the marketing funnel. That's how it looks, and we went through all the steps. That's how experience funnel works. So the first step is just the purchase, and that's when actually your customer experience funnel only starts. So you maybe thought that you went through all the funnel and now you're happy, but that's when the real money start flowing. That's when people become advocates of your product or service. So first they make a repeat purchase. that's when they actually liked your product or service, and maybe not like that much, but they thought it's fine and they want to repeat. Then they go to loyalty, because after a few purchases they start to understand that this product actually fits them fine, or maybe they're just too used to it, so they start using it regularly. Then they start to refer some friends to their brand, and it's quite awesome. It's the moment when you start getting money, you start getting clients for free, because you don't have to pay any advertising costs for your customer to recommend you to another customer. That's pretty good. And finally, if they referred you to some friends and those friends actually were happy too, they start to feel free to share this experience with just everybody they know, because they start to feel confident in your product. They understand that if they recommend this product, they will not regret it. They will not be hated. Like, why did you recommend this? This was actually pretty awful. No, they know that the product will be nice and good, and they just start being advocates. So that's when you get the maximum return on investment on your original marketing campaign. Now let's start getting knowing more about your ads. So this is when you go to your ads manager, you see this tab with all the tools. It's quite a large set of tools, and we will go through some of them that are the most useful. So with this ads manager, you can create and run your ads. You can set your budget for the ads. You can create different audiences to which you want to target your ads. So you don't have to create a specific audience for each ad, but instead you can create some specific audience and just work with it in many different ads. Also, of course, you can set billing, payment history, and other stuff. So there are three main steps in Ads Manager. The first one is creating ads, second one is managing ads, and third, after you have created and managed the ads, you actually have to measure the results to know what to do next. To measure the ads, there is a special tool called Manage Reports. You can find it in Measure and Report section of the Ads Manager. It's called Ads Reporting. And here you can just create a custom report. For this, you have to select your campaign names. Then you will set a name for the report, set some user access rights, and then you can actually create a report that will tell you all about some specific ads, because usually for one event you create a few ads, not just one, so you have to group them to see it nicer. Next is custom conversion. Custom conversion is a special tool when you, for example, have to measure number of sales you made through your website, or you have to measure number of registrations or sign-ups for a webinar. You have to understand, you have to make Facebook understand that that's the number of something. So you have to integrate some Facebook code into your website. Just ask your programmer, he knows what to do. There is a special code for Pixel. It's called Facebook Pixel. It's some code that you add to your website, and you can set up some rules. It's also, you can discuss with your software engineer or programmer. Then it will allow you to select some category for your pixel. So, Facebook cannot understand what you actually want from it. You have to tell, like, if this action is triggered on my website, for example, if a person clicked a button next, you have to understand that actually the user initiated checkout. So that's what you have to set in your menus. And after you're done, also set the value. This is the value that you get, the value that you earn. You have to understand, how many people, how much money you earn from your Facebook ads. Now, once you set up this conversion, so now you know that if person clicked some button next, that it initiated a checkout and you already have got $10. Now you can ask Facebook to increase number of the sections. So it will learn how to show your ads to specific people, so you earn the maximum money. And it's pretty cool. That's how conversions work, and that's what you actually have to optimize your ads for. Not for likes on your page, not for some follows or engagements, because that doesn't actually bring you money. But when you optimize your ads for conversions, that's when you actually start getting money from Facebook ads. Also, there are analytics, and analytics allow you to check all your public accounts and your private accounts with the Facebook pixels and your Facebook groups, because Facebook knows all about your Facebook pages. You can check number of your active users on your pages. Unique users is only unique users. So if somebody came twice to your website, he will be counted only once. And here instead is the total number of events. So we see that one unique user comes about 10 times. And now we see that it's actually 8.7 times. So we see that engagement of the users is pretty high, because everybody comes at average 8-9 times. It's pretty high number. You can check some demographics of your users. So I know that mostly my followers are from 18 to 34. Here you can also check revenue in the analytics tab. You can create your funnel. You can see the user retention, so how many people visit your next webinar, and you see the numbers here. So the highest retention was on the webinar from April 27 to 30. It was 14% to the next one. And now it's about 5% or 6%. Percentiles show how many people in percents visit your page. So you see that 75% actually visit my page less than 10 times. And another 25% visit it more than 10 times. You can see some specific events here, so you know which actions happen. You can create your new events in the conversions tab, and here you can watch some specific events that happen, so you know what to aim for, or you can create some specific reports. You can check some specific events that happen. So you know, when you create this code on your website, you have to know that it works right. And here you can actually see all the events that are triggered in your website. Once again, in people highlights, you can see some demographics. You can see language, city, country. You can see likes. Technology is what operating systems they use, what device, app. So it's it might be important for you if you sell mobile devices, and if you sell women purses, it's not that important. You can see, because Facebook knows if some people belong to the same household, it can check if they have made the purchase. Unfortunately, it only shows if at least 100 people, some specific requirements are set to show this graph. Unfortunately, I don't meet the requirements, but here you can see how many households actually purchased from you. Also, there are some settings. So the Facebook pixel, once you set it up on your website, it allows you to target to some specific actions. So you can ask Facebook to actually earn you money, not to earn you likes, not to earn you some unuseful stuff. You can make it to convert your ads into money. So you actually need pixel very much. The pixel is the way for you to start earning money with Facebook ads. Without it, you will just lose money, that's for sure. And there are some specific benefits, but I have just told it already. That's how you create a Facebook pixel. You can just watch the repeat of this webinar to do a step by step. But actually it's quite easy just to ask your programmer. It won't cost much, I think about $50 maximum. Maybe you can find it for $20. So you can ask somebody else to set the pixel for you. Here we see the number of pixel fires on my website. In this specific case, it tells some specific events, like if somebody viewed the content, if somebody left his or her data in the form, or just viewed the page. So view content here is opening some screenshot, so I know that person was interested in some specific screenshot. So how to optimize a Facebook ad? Once you have set up the Facebook pixel, Facebook starts knowing which people visit your page. So now when you create an ad and you create a new audience, you use a lookalike audience that is audience from your website. So Facebook knows which people visit your website, and it looks for people like those who visited you, who are mostly interested in your product. That's the best way to actually grow your audience. You select some specific filters like country, and it creates a special audience for you, and it works well. Also, you have to remember that ads are wearing out. One ad can't perform well for more than 3 months. You have to always rotate your ads, create new ads. You cannot just use the same pictures and the same copies again and again. It just doesn't work. Also, if you offer some specific products and you can sell right away, it works very well to transfer the people who visit your website straight to the checkout. So they just click some product, and if they're interested, they will buy it in just 3 or 4 clicks. That's up to you to make this path the shortest. Also, you can duplicate your ads to specific audiences. So you can create an ad for Facebook and also for Instagram. That's how you will get additional sales. Just you have to remember that actually Instagram and Facebook are a little different. Facebook has a more thoughtful content, and Instagram has a more visual content. So I wouldn't actually recommend to use the same ad for Facebook and Instagram. Actually try to change it for the specific audience of each social network. Thank you guys. This was a quite short presentation, just 20 minutes, and I intentionally made it short because now it's up to you to explore Facebook ads. They're the awesome way to grow your sales. I'm still actually learning much about them, and we gave you a short overview of all the features, all the main features of Facebook ads. I just wanted to show you that it's not as easy as it first looks. It was just set up some interests, pay money and just waste $100. No, Facebook ads are about carefully setting all those quirky little features like lookalike audience, like conversions, like marketing fun. Wow. For some reason I just was looking at the end of my presentation and it just dropped in the middle. So I want to say that Facebook is not as easy, and we're still learning some features. Yeah, we're still learning. We're always learning, and there are new features coming out almost every month because this topic is still a developing one, and all social networks try to get the best marketing tools for the businesses. So to be in the know, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/flystat, and also follow us on YouTube, because we're going to make a presentation on Snapchat next time to tell you what business can do on Snapchat to earn money. So stay tuned, have a great day, and bye.